that because it brings out that everything within Metzias really matters. In other words, it's bringing out the midos, not just the shetach. The shetach is like it's non-Metzias really. But when the Binah is bringing out the details, every detail matters in the melucha. Every detail. Why are we saying it's a higher shirt? Like I'm trying to.
Yeah, let me get that.
You're asking why does Binah? What's your question in brief?
Why does Binah have the higher? We say that Binah has a higher shurish than Chochmah.
Okay.
How does that reflect itself in what Binah does? What Binah's function is?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's understand the following. There is the Oil HaShemesh. Oil HaShemesh is infinite. Then there is the Oil HaShemesh Bishemesh. It's a completely different type of infinity. Bishemesh, this is like the Oil Zifnei HaTzimtzum. It's there because the Shemesh is there. There's no Hamshach at all. It's the reality itself. Nonetheless, both of these are called oil. The Shemesh, Bishemesh is also called oil. Then there's the Shemesh itself, which is also bright. That's in veyirah. But it's in a different category. That provides not only for light, that you could see everything, it is everything.
So Binah brings out that everything is elokus. Not just that you could see elokus. There is elokus.
That's what midos are. Ahavah, veyirah. Actually, this is the reality itself.
Why do we say that that's more of the reality itself than the sight of Chochmah?
You just said it.
It's not just seeing. It's not just seeing a reality, it is a reality.
I don't want to go much further. Let this germinate a little bit.
Yeah.
The questions give me feedback as to what we are getting, what we are not getting. Extremely important. I had a question yesterday. I hope Rambam will come. He had a question in our text. It's not getting a very important principle.
There was another point yesterday with Noach's question, because when we chew it over, in other words, we have said in the past that hasaga, grasping, means that you grasp something by its edges. We've used this example, we've used this, presentation. Yet we say that Binah does not have edges in the true sense. It's no edges.
What is the principle of edges? Both the table and the space around the table are in the same space. They're in the same room. But the table actually engages that space. This is the principle of edges. That there is a contrast. Outside the table, it's also in the same room. It's also reality. But it doesn't engage it in the same way as the table does.
What about the table makes it engage the space more than the space
It's bringing out what the space provides for.
instead of just an and why does that engage midos? Why specifically do we say that once you get close to something, once you get...
This is what midos are. Midos are, right? You can measure it and it's real in itself. Now, but what does this chokhmah engage? What does it provide for?
Everything.
Huh?
Everything.
And a reality, a profound reality itself. Not just, I know about it.
In the example I gave yesterday with it's mine, and then he said it's mine, and then what does that mean? It can mean it's mine and not yours, or it can mean that it's mine and I want to benefit the world with it. Why do we say that those second statements are more...
Here's a point to understand. We run in circles. Although Chokhmah, the Bittul Chokhmah, provides for recognizing the emes, right? The observation of the truth. Is the truth merely observable? Or is it the true presence? Chokhmah is phenomenal because it opens up a new perspective, a new reality. There is such a truth. But now, then you follow through and say, okay, let's get there. Let's get it down here.
But if I wanted to, maybe I should just, if I wanted to understand in that mashal how those secondary statements of it's mine and that's not yours, it's mine and the chesed or the gevura aspect, how is that more getting to it?
Why am I providing it for someone, for the world? Because I want everyone to recognize how good I am.
You could actually do something with it.
So everything is my business. This truth which I have is a reflection of the entire truth. All right. I wish Avram were here. He asked me a question, and I want to talk about it. I hope, I don't know how everyone else. Avram said, listen, I thought about the principle of a mocker. And I describe a mocker, right? The table is standing on the floor is standing on the beam, and the beam is holding up the. So what's the difference? What is the difference between the mocker and the thing? What is the difference between the wall and the beam and the floor? What is the significance of this mocker element?
As
It's
opposed
just
to
a structure. What?
Uh-huh.
That's all it is. How would you answer that?
The makar is giving stability to this thing in our world. Our world itself is providing in our reality itself is providing there is a support.
So what's the difference?
In this case, the mucker would be like the foundation is the mucker for the beams. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Right?
Right.
What's the difference? What's the significance of this? I'm sure we all sense it. What is the meaning of the words in the Rambam? How does that change the phenomenon of Mitzias itself? Ultimately, it's a Mitzias. Like the whole world is screaming, there's a Mitzias, it's real, it's there, it sustains itself.
It belongs there then. It's not just there, it's being provided.
In certain logical terminology, it would be, it's there before it's there. That's called a mocker. Sechel provides for midos, which means that because sechel provides for the midos, sechel creates the midos. Therefore, the midah has a certain fundamental presence because the sechel provides for it. The sechel is not midos. It should be there.
The makar is how it's there before it's there.
And that's right. It should be there. That's what I said even in that long talk. The difference between how the animal and how the human being perceives things, the animal does not have a perception of, why is it there? Should it be there? Who cares? It's there. Human being sees, no, there is a reality before it. It's there because it should be there. Why should it be there? Because there's a greater reality, a greater truth that demands that it be there. This is the insight of sechel. The reason that sechel has that insight is because the nefesh is that truth. Nefesh is not a mitzias, but it's a godly. Just like Godliness itself is motzu rishei. It's there because it has to be, it must be there. Not because it is tangibly there. So the principle of a mocker, as we go through the various levels, and as I pointed out, that what we mentioned from davening, that ultimately the earth itself is al blima, suspended by Hashem al blima, on nothing, because Hashem suspends it. The point of that is not that there's somebody holding it up, or the Rebbe is holding it up. That's not the point.
There's no makar.
The point is that it is where it has to be.
So what?
It is where it has to be. This is here because something is holding it up. If you take the floor away, this would not be here. The definition that it has to be here, this is our thing, because, and that's why we put the floor in, because we need it here. So therefore, its presence here is a relative presence. And saying it's not an absolute. We could say it's held up by human want. And even if the floor would break, I'll put another floor in. But that's a different level. It's the human spirit. In on itself, it doesn't have that element. This is the pshat. Everything has a certain seder, a certain order in how it's held up. Toilet al belimo. It's not that the Rebbe has to work to suspend the earth. Hashem created the world to begin with, the earth. And in creating it, he put it where he wants it to be. There is, in our terminology, he's holding it up. He's not holding it up. It is where it has to be. It's part of the reality of the whole world. It's part of the earth creation.
And the macro element in that statement is
That's the Mokin element that's saying that's Hashem's will. This is why, if I could speak in those terms, but to try to understand this, it's a little while. You were born in America. To move away from America to a different state, to a different country, to a different what do you call it?
Continent.
To a different continent is okay. But move away from the earth. Or go, in today's terminology, you can go to a different galaxy. You're not real. You don't belong here. That's all I'm saying. It's a completely different perception. Mokoir means that there is that in this thing there is an inherent, there is something which already, there's an inherent element of the original truth, of the fact that it was created, not that something is holding it up. What's make mock? So even though it can go through various different stages, like we said the other day, I said the earth is where it should be, and somebody said, I remember, and therefore the table is where it should be too, which is very true. Because in fact, the earth is where it should be, and the earth was given the ability to hold up a foundation, because it should hold on the foundation. not because we started using the earth in our own way. The earth was made to provide for foundation. The foundation is made that it should hold up a beam. Not we made it. This is part of the original reality. The earth is where it should be. Just let's think about this for a second. Everything that's being built on the earth with tremendous engineering smarts. There is one all-present permeating principle that it should conform with the force, what it's called, with the
Rules of nature? Rules of nature?
I'm sorry?
Do you want to say rules of nature?
With the gravitational direction of the earth. If it doesn't conform with that, it's not going to stand. You made it very strong. It's not going to stand. It has to conform with the gravitational nature of pull of the earth. This is the principle of center of gravity. If your center of gravity is off center, that's just not going to stand. And if the center of gravity is appropriately pointed out, you stand on a pin. Because it's on the earth, ultimately. Yeah? Stand, mister, stand, come on. All right, I'll be giving you support, stand. No, I can't. You follow what I'm saying?
The center of gravity, when you find the center of gravity, that is reflective of
its relationship to the earth. Right? Das ist der Pshat Mocker. Binah is a mocker hakorev, Chochmah is a mocker harochik. Both are relating the midos to this type of reality, this type of truth. And the midos go off center, it's not going to work. Since the time is almost up, I want to use the Ayin, where it leads to. Like I mentioned many times, you don't train children, you teach them. Training children means that you're dissociating to their center of gravity, in other words, to their sechel, to their sense of reality. You can train them to act in perfect angels. They're not there. It's not going to hold. And if it holds, it's going to be a skeleton of a human being. Okay? I mentioned it because the guys are insisting that I give classes just like just as on the Shalom Beis on Chinuch.
Which guys are insisting?
The guys in my Friday group.
Are you going to do it just for them, or?
No, everybody's invited. No, I'm not going to do it for them. All right. Okay, I don't know where there are certain things which I need to point out. I have 5 minutes. The line begins with one hahaskola. I'm sure we started hahaskola.
We started yesterday for veyirah.
Veyirah. Okay, so it's fine. It's the same thing I want to go for. Maybe he said veyirah, as in the case he said veyirah. Harei dafko. Everybody has a place. Yeah.
What's the first word on the line, please?
Hahaskola.
At the end of that line. But you say this ahavah veyirah. Harei dafko, to be me'oyer ahavah veyirah, that can only be al yedei masig as ho'inyan ho'eleki.
He's talking to Hashem. I didn't realize.
He's on the phone.
What?
He's on the phone.
Harei masig as ho'inyan ho'eleki. He is masig. He actually grasps and he relates to the inyan ho'eleki. What is the emphasis over here? Masig is inyan ho'eleki. Inyan ho'eleki means the essential inyan itself, the elokus element in it. Not how it works. But the eloki element. For example, like we just now spoke, Toile Eretz HaBelima. God is so capable, he spends the world, the earth on nothingness. That's not going to create midos. That's not in eloki. Okay, he's very powerful. But when you say the world is Hashem's creation, and He created, reflecting His will, and therefore there is a truth to this place, to this earth. There's an eliki element, there's a truth to it. It's not just a miraculous act out of kilter. It's masig in eliki. Then he has elokus in his hasoga. That brings out midos. That's a reality. Okay, thank you. You were very patient. Let me finish this sentence. Just wanted to. Sometimes there is a word, and we miss a point. Masi is ruineliki umisboinen boy, and then he reflects on it. Meaning, his boinen means that he actually connects, and he sort of experiences that hasoga, that reality. Al deizeh, as a result of that, yisoirei bi'ahavah veyirah. Then he'll be misoirei bi'ahavah veyirah, because then he actually is a participant in eloki.
What is he doing? Be'ahavah and yirah? What was the word before the ahavah and
You
yirah?
say it.
Or elokus?
Avo mehaskolas hoyin hoileki, but by merely understanding the Ayin hoileki and haskola and conceptualization, lo yiseirer klal b'hispoilus ahavah veyirah. He will not be around with hispoilus ahavah veyirah, because he is only at that point, like we said, Chochmah is an observing. It's a pure observant. But he doesn't have that reality, that elokus element. In Binah, he actually experiences this elokus element.
Chachman doesn't see the truth of it?
So Chachma sees the truth of it. Chachma isn't beetle, but he doesn't experience it. Binah, he says, is masig ho'inyan ho'eliki. What's going on over here?
In his own environment.
Yes.
In his own.
It's not in his own environment. It's in the true environment, but it's his. What is going on here?
What's this element? It's the true
It's not
environment.
just
but
a
it's
show.
his. What's this? It's his. It's a true environment, but it's his.
No, not in his. He is part of the truth, part of it. It's not his. It always remains a Mabuson's. Becomes his, then
So,
he floats away with it.
this Boinen is different from the Chokhmah, which is the truth itself.
It's an observation of the truth, and this is stepping into it. Oh yeah, this is reality itself. I'm not an observer. I'm a participant. Okay, time is up. Have a great day. Thank you.